Hello, today's lesson is going to be about species diversity and, oops, I've already gone, and human activity. So what is the impact of human activity on species diversity? So we've already done a bit of work on species diversity in 10.2, and you can imagine that the human impact on the planet on species diversity is going to be quite significant, and most of that is down to farming. Farming has an enormous impact on species diversity. As you can imagine, lots of habitat loss, obviously land being taken away from other living organisms in order to grow single crops, monocultures. So for example, if we look at these pictures over here, you're seeing what could be construed as an idyllic countryside, slightly pixelated, but really what we're looking at is a monoculture of crops. We're seeing one type of thing. And so with this reduction in number of species, we get a reduction in biodiversity. And ultimately, that's not good for nature, but it's also not good for the farmer because he does not have enough flowering plants. So if he doesn't have enough flowering plants, he doesn't have enough pollinating species. If he doesn't have enough pollinating species, then his crops are less likely to be successful. So any farmer needs to think about ways that he or she can bring more diversity into their farm to benefit nature, to benefit the environment, but also to benefit the farm. So the farmer is pulled a number of ways and needs to think about their productivity and balance it against conservation. So things that the farmer might have to do in their farm, they might grow monoculture, might only grow wheat, for example. They might have to dry out ponds or wetlands. They might overgraze with their animals, use too much pesticide. They might not rotate their crops in the necessary way. They might use organic or non-organic fertilizers. So lots of things here that the farmer needs to think about in terms of balancing conservation against the best productivity of the farm. So the farmer needs an incentive in order to do things that are going to be beneficial to nature. So he needs an incentive to maybe leave a meadow fallow. So to just leave some land so that wildflowers can grow. That he needs an incentive to leave the edges of his fields or of her fields so that wildflowers can grow. A farmer needs incentives to have conservation areas, to grow native trees, to keep many hedgerows. Hedgerows are places where lots of different organisms can live. Lots of different plant species are growing there, which attract different birds, homes for small mammals, lots of insects. So the farmer needs to balance these out. So what I want you to do, please, is to get your textbook, go to the relevant page in your textbook and watch the video that is on the front of this. So watch this video here, Biodiversity, Making It Work on a Modern Farm, and draw up a mind map that has the conflict that the farmer might experience. So in the center of your mind map, you could have the farm, and then on one arm you could have productivity, and on the other arm you could have conservation, and see how you can balance out your mind map so that the farmer is maximizing productivity and maximizing conservation. So using your textbook, using the video, using other internet resources, I'd like you to do that, please. Okay, thank you.